Welcome at another episode of Sparkle TV, the mini-series Sound of You. And today we will dive deeper into how the jaw wants to work. How can we free the jaw? How can we liberate the jaw so it can be a assistant for our sound. And also the jaw has a great influence, a big influence on the tension in the abdomen and pelvic floor. And so when the jaw is really tensed, the spine cannot align very well to create a beautiful channel for sound and make sure that the resonance can really vibrate through. So let's start with lying down on your mat. And take a moment to feel your contact with the floor. And we always get back to our contact with the floor, with gravity. As that's what the nervous system needs foremost to organize itself. And if we are holding ourselves, not yielding into gravity, then for sure the jaw will not really relax, nor will our abdomen, nor will our pelvic floor, nor will our spine. So we need the gravity to have a GPS for our body, for our nervous system, to organize and to know its destination in movement. So sense your breathing. And our breath can really be very accurate, just like our contact with the floor, about how we hold ourselves, what is our so-called posture. And a posture refers to holding yourself, rather than being in movement and transiting from one movement into another. A posture fixes us in a certain position. And so often we talk about posture in society. To have a good posture, to have a good fixation of yourself. The body is made for movement, I believe, and so to have a good actor, Moshe Feldenkrais would say. An actor he would use to say movement, posture is just a transition between two movements. And so when we have a good organization, our body is ready and able to go in any way it wants to go. It is, like we say in Nia technique, raw, alert and waiting for our intention to kick in and to go to a destination. So I prefer to talk about readiness of the body, not so much a posture. And when we align the spine, it means that the spine is free to move in every way, that it is free to belong, but also to respond to when the abdomen wants to make us come closer to the floor, or when we want to reach out or arch back, whatever we want, the spine is ready. So, tuning in with your breathing gives you an accurate image of how you are holding yourself, in what places are you working very hard to maintain posture. Then please start oscillating, rocking your pelvis a little bit with the legs bent. Let your tailbone sink to the floor and come away from the floor a few times while you're humming. And sense how that sound is traveling through this channel of sound that your spine is. And can you sense through the humming how your spine is organized today? How the vertebrae are aligned together, the 26 vertebrae. From the tail sacrum all the way up to the top of your spine. And sense where you feel the resonance of this humming in your chest, your face, your jaw, your mouth, your throat. And can you give yourself a feeling as you are rocking the pelvis? And every time as the tailbone comes away from the floor, you might feel your middle back is coming closer to the floor. Can you give your feeling there that the chin is not so much reaching up and away from the chest, but just lengthening, as if your spine becomes longer there? How can you change just that little bit the intention of your mind? And our mind is in every movement. Our mind decides how we move, in a sense. So our nervous system follows the attention of the mind, and if the mind thinks it is like this, then the nervous system will sort of go about that. So it's better get our mind to understand the movement very well, so the mind is not interfering with what the body wants to do. You can really listen in the body with the mind and then tell the nervous system what we like and how we like to be the body, to be part of that. So please roll to your side and come to sitting in cross sit. And just sense for a moment which leg is closest to you. What is your habitual way of cross-sitting? We always meet our habits when we do something. We do it in an automatic way, and that automatic way is a habit, is something that we are so used to do always in this way. And some habits are great, and some habits are maybe interfering with our possibilities, our potential to grow, to heal maybe even. So, put your one hand on your forehead and the other hand you hold your jaw. Let's put the right hand on the forehead and with the left hand hold your jaw. And your lower jaw you will hold it silent with your left hand. Now start moving the skull away from your lower jaw and back. And sense if the eyes follow with the movement or if they want to look at the lower jaw. How does the mind want to control this movement? Can you take your mind out of your skull and just let the eyes flow with the skull? And the skull is actually the whole organization of the upper jaw. And the lower jaw is constructed, starts at the ear, as this separate bony structure. So moving the skull, the upper jaw, away from the lower jaw. A few times and sense how you breathe in your body as you do that. How is it opening the space for breathing to the neck area, into the chest, into this channel of sound? Can you feel into this channel of sound, your spine? What is changing a little bit? And rest on your back, please. And take a moment to tap into your breathing and sense the air coming in through nose and mouth and flowing deeper into the lungs. Just sense what is happening with the space in the mouth and then bend your legs again. And this time put your left hand on your forehead and your right hand on the lower jaw. And as you start rocking your tailbone to the floor, Can you move the skull away from your lower jaw? So you keep the lower jaw silent. And then as you come back, the skull comes back a few times in this organization. We have options. There's many options. And to be available for any options to show up, that is a flexible mind. And Moshe Feldenkrais would say, what I'm after is a flexible mind in a flexible body, rather than a flexible body in a mind that always says it has to be like this, it has to be like that. So to be open for other options means that we explore and play maybe with options that don't seem like normal or familiar to you, but they might just be the keys to organize that little part that's not working the way you want. So let's also do it the other way. But the right hand was on the jaw, the left hand on the forehead. Now as the tailbone comes away from the floor, can you move the skull away from your lower jaw? What is that like? How does that feel? A few times, separating upper and lower jaw. And in the background, sense your breathing. Can it be free? Now keep your attention in the jaw area and sense whether the jaw really moves in a symmetrical way, or is there a feeling that the skull is going a little bit more to the left or to the right? How are the muscles organized there? And then let go of this movement. Keep the legs bent, please. And now just take with the left hand, take your lower jaw and move it ever so slightly to the right and to the left. And sense which direction feels just that little bit more easy, a little bit more available. Is there a preference? And sense where this movement resonates in your body. Also, movements have the capacity to resonate, to echo through the whole system. And rest. You can let go of this movement now, if you want. Let's do one more variation with the jaw. This time again, keep the lower jaw very quiet with your right hand and start rolling the head from left to right without the jaw, the lower jaw. And so that means to start very slowly, very gentle. To imagine that your body has this delicate construction here. And also here we might meet habits of I want to do it good, I want to do it well, and so I do my best. And often that means that we force ourselves to do what somebody says. So can you really go into this discovery journey for yourself, exploring ever so slightly, whoa, what's happening there? And feel if there's an availability for your head to roll easier into the direction of one side. And rest again and take a moment to feel this channel of sound, the front of your spine, the bodies of the vertebra that form this beautiful alignment to which the sound can resonate, as if they were a channel. And start humming. And as you hum, can you make it happen through the breathing? So we can really say, okay, I have to hum now. Or we can the breathing to allow to produce sound. Keeping the mouth slightly open. Just slightly open. And feel the sound resonate in your chest, in your throat, mouth. Where else do you feel the sound resonate? Now start rocking as you hum. And sense, can you send the humming sound up and down through this channel of sound, all the way down in the direction of your sacrum and all the way up in the direction of your mouth, going out with the sound reaching the world, into the world. Playing with the humming, becoming a little playing with dropping the jaw here, dropping your lower jaw as you create more sound out of the humming. And sense where your sound comes from. How does it travel to the front of your spine, into all these resonance places in our body, the cavities that we have in the chest, in the upper belly, in the face, underneath the cheekbones, the mouth itself. How does the resonance come out in the sound? As you rock, your tailbone going to the floor and away, and maybe you make that a little faster, playing with the body being so free, so out of posture and into readiness to move, to play. And can the sound still be there, or is it attached to movement? So what we're looking for is sound that's free, movement that's free. So we can express ourselves in a whole way, not having to choose between expression. And the breathing is free, and breath and sound are connected together, but there is not such a way that the breathing really should dictate the sound, what it has to sound like. It adjusts, it plays. So can it all be free in its natural way? And rest. Slowly, as you roll to your side and come back, come to standing, and feel as you stand this channel of sound, the front of your spine. And as you hum and make it become a sound by opening, dropping the jaw, opening the mouth, how does this affect the way you stand? Do you stand with more stability, maybe more mobility, stability, dynamic ease? Dynamic stability.